Hello and welcome to this edition of Saturday Chat with me, Big Scott 35. I will be doing my YouTube ballot here in a minute. Jake, if you want to, I'll have it listed down below so you don't have to listen to me rattle on. I'm long-winded, so just to let you know. This year I have gone through a kind of a wide spectrum of different people, and I'll go over my feelings because I hate leaving people out. I think I only have 9 this year. I have several that I was looking at, and I just feel like, to put it in no other terms, they need more at bats. Get a little bit more time under their belt, and I feel really good about voting that way. And I just want to talk about it. This voting to me is the seriousness of it is not very high, right? So for me, to hear other people bring up my name and the words spoken about me by my peers and the group of people that I'm sharing a list on, um, you know, most likely I'm not going to get in, and that's fine. The words, a piece of patch does not replace the words that have been spoken. And that to me is a win in this type of deal. So I do appreciate it. I know that I've gotten some subscribers during this deal, and that's not what directly what it's about, but it's about this is about learning other channels, and that's why I participate in it, is to share into that, and and maybe some people watch me to see who I talk about, and why I talk about them. And I think I have some surprising names on my list, and that's why I feel like I need to talk about it a little bit. The first one is going to probably be poor Jake's probably tired of our little group talking about this, but it needs to be spoken on, right? Fabian is a longtime YouTuber. He stopped doing YouTube, pulled his stuff off for personal reasons. Very gripping story. Very, and he had to take care of things, right? Life happens. And I know we have rules for this, and those rules have changed a little bit here and there, but I am still going to talk about Fabian, Eastern Connecticut Sport Cards. Guy loves the cards, loves this community, has passion for it. Love to hear him talking about it. Straightforward, cuts no BS. Great guy, great family man. When he's at the show, he's missing his family, and that's a great thing to see. For me, I love that. And he won't be the last one I talk about like that on here. And he's a great guy that learned the history of YouTube from, with him and Dave and Ed and Mike and Hitman. We sit around and talk, and it's great just to learn about the history of the community and laugh. We crack each other up, and it's second year with Hitman, third year with Fabian this year, and just another great year. So the next guy coming up is just OG, man. Don't need to put it any other way. He needs to be in. Loves his cards. Loves Atlanta. That's all I need to say, man. Another great family man. Takes care of his, man, and comes first, most def. And can't go wrong with that. Hopefully he makes it to to a national so I can meet him face to face, and hope to meet him one day. And he needs to get in. I think this is going to be his year. Next one, most likely get in. I think he will. Well loved in the community, just hyped up. Always got a smile on his face. Happy to be around. Met him I've met him years before at nationals, but we all stayed in the Airbnb last year in Cleveland. Got to know him personally. Just gushes over his wife and son. Love hearing that. Just great person. And Hitman, we trade room secrets on how we set up our room and things like that. So I love watching him put that together. It's been a great thing. Just Hitman, keep it up, brother. Next is going to be some of the smart asses of the community, but we love them. I can fit into this group very well. Amish Dave and this guy, man, had to hug him in Chicago a couple years ago. I hope this group comes back. I know there's some challenges for him this year, but hope to see him at Chicago. Another OGs, old school, love the care packages, loves the hobby, don't care about the dollars, care about the cards. Love this group of guys, man. Keep rocking, and hopefully they get in. And this group and my next guy, I want to get in just so I can hear the acceptance speeches. And that's because I'm Carlos, another guy. Now this guy here, I want to tell something on him. He says he doesn't have friends and all this stuff. I know right now I could text him or call him, and he'll give me advice. And he sometimes is the guy that's going to tell you shit that you don't want to hear, but you need to hear. Just all around good guy. And I know he's going to deny it. That group, and I feel like if he wins, Eric and Bobbles wins with him, and the rest of the guys on Friday night, along with, it's a large group. So that whole community wins if Carlos wins, I feel like. Next couple are just some great collectors and part of the community. Canadian Car Mike, just great part of this community. In the circle with Baseball Collector and that group, Garrett and all of those guys, just a great group of guys, and also, Mike, I never forget, he's sent one of my first care packages to me with Caps cards, really meant a lot. Cards from the 70s and 80s players I instantly remember from when I was a kid watching early days of hockey, and something I'll never forget, and just great. Had me cracking up last year, him in the Jeep, and just can't wait to see him again. Next one is Orlando Collector's Dream. It's not an official YouTube live until Orlando shows up, and he's going to show up. He shows up to everything. I swear he's got 3 or 4 links going at once and knows what's going on. And it's not fake. He is very much into it. Great guy. Met him last year at the National, met some of his friends, and he's on a different level than I am. But man, he is knowledgeable about baseball players. He collects the history, especially Latin, but he also just the history of the sport. And he tells you a great background of the players, and I love that part of collecting. Next is going to be some guys that, and you probably can see it across the top of my screen, so the cat's out of the bag I'll vote for, but still, Ryan card collector too. I voted for him. I think this is my third time voting for him. I just think he's one of the guys that's transcended the collecting world. He's put it more out on mainstream. I mean, hell, he has his own trade night with that you can't even get into. He is just loved by the youngsters, and has the respect of all collectors. Yes, his is a business, so it makes sense that he talks about the business side of things, but he doesn't hide behind that. Doesn't make it an automatic. My biggest respect with it, like I love watching both of how he set up his stores. As most collectors dream of setting up my own store or whatever, watching him do it, a lot of respect. But he openly talked about not knowing much about baseball. And I thought that was incredible that to know what you don't know is a lot of times what holds you back. And he realizes that, so he has other people to fill in those gaps, right? But he learns. He doesn't just shove it off. He learned, and you can see his learning. And at shows, he takes time with the kids, but he also takes time with people that just want to shake his hand and say hi. He's just a great personality for it. And he knows how to play the YouTube game, and you got to respect that, the hustle. And vote goes to him. This next one is going to be the surprise, probably. The next two are going to be one big ones. Sports Card Dad. Yes, me and him, I've had my disagreements with him in the past, but you still gotta like his hustle, right? And also, he has a great following. Every day, if you want to get a quick 10 minutes synopsis of the news of the day, it's a great channel to watch. Also, if you want to watch other channels, he's always using other channels' clips. So it's good to see other channels as well. I got introduced to a couple other channels because of that. I just subscribed to him today to do this video, to put this up. But I met him last year face to face at the National. Bro hugged. Mike, he always talks to Mike. So, we just, neither one of us said sorry or, hey, didn't mean it. This hobby, we don't need to do that crap. It's a hobby. We can have our opinions. We can have our disagreements. It shouldn't be anger. It's going to be just one person sees something, but we got to remember, it's just a hobby. With everything else going on around us, this should be the last thing that we are angry about. So like I said, I have no anger at anyone in our hobby. I don't really have anger at anybody, period. The next guy, yes, grifter, but it's worked out for him, and it's worked out for the hobby because he's the face of our hobby. He gets on news channels. He's back scenes at grading companies. He gets in on Fanatics and Panini. Sports people know him. He's the face of our hobby. He beat Gary V. How many people can say that, right? There's a crowd around him at the shows. I don't watch him. I'm not subscribed to him. If you see on here, I'm not subscribed to him. But, and I'll always say I have a but, and I'll have more buts coming up later this week. But he's the face. He has 361,000 views. And like I said, it really doesn't matter for me on view count. If you have 1,000 or not, our end of the spectrum of YouTube is so small. Our other genres laugh at us. If you play video games or talk politics, you'll accidentally have 1,000 subscribers. Us, it's just, Mike talks about it all the time. I mean, we go to shows and we could walk around as a group. Last time we were in Chicago, the last day, Saturday, I think, we were at the back near Ryan's table, and we were all taking pictures with each other. And people were walking up like, "Why? Who's this guy? Why y'all taking a picture? What's going on?" And we're like, "Oh, we're just all friends." And they're like, "How YouTube?" They didn't know anything about it. People walk, yes, you do get recognized, but not like this guy. Everybody there knows who Jeff Wilson is. Everybody. That's why I feel like that main stage is kind of lost on what they do up there. They have a great opportunity to do something better than what they do. And it's kind of wasted on trying to push some of the YouTube personalities, which really we don't have a lot of YouTube personalities other than this guy, Ryan, maybe, some other people we don't like because of that. But yeah, some of these other people just don't have the push. And if they put those guys on that stage, it'd probably be a little bit different game. But yeah, I'm just recognizing what's real and what the reality is. And this might be the only vote in our community, and this guy probably doesn't even know anything about it. And but I feel like I'm doing a disservice if I don't talk about it for just a half a second. This doesn't mean I gotta like him. It just means you don't have to like somebody to respect them. I feel like he deserves it. So that's my picks. Agree, disagree with them. You can let me know down below how dumb I am on my picks. But at the end of the day, they're my picks. You can make videos for a year and make your own picks. That's the classic theme. If you don't like my Hall of Fame, you can create your own Hall of Fame. So that's my cop-out story. If you want to make your own vote, make videos for a year, and you can vote too. But yeah, that's about it for today. Again, I want to thank my new subscribers for subscribing. I'm not getting all my alerts either, so it's very spotty on my YouTube alerts. I don't know why, but they are. But I know I'm getting them because of the Hall of Fame voting and all the kind words. And I'm trying to thank everybody that mentions me. I'm trying to do that respect. And again, some of those people will get my vote probably next year, coming up or whatever. I have other hobbies as well that take up some of my time. This is my number one by far. But man, sometimes you start watching other videos on YouTube and that rabbit hole comes up and you don't even know that you look up and you see no sunlight. You're so deep, in some other parts of YouTube. So I stray sometimes away from the content. But yeah, that no excuses. But like I said, if you have any questions on why I voted this way, this is the way I voted. Tomorrow night, Sunday night, I think I'm going to talk about picking up cards and sports stuff outside of the interwebs and shows with hopefully some of the friends will come on. Also, anybody else that might want to be on, just hit me up and we'll chat, as long as I know who you are and I'm comfortable with you on my channel. It's not like I can get demonetized because I'm not monetized. So there you have it. So until next time, see ya.